Welcome new viewers. Please give a comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the entire video. The conclusion becomes increasingly captivating. We explore Stoic lessons today, revealing eternal ideas. Resilience is taught by both embracing adversity and concentrating on control. Let's discuss how to live gracious, meaningful lives. Come along with us as we explore Stoic wisdom together. Please like, comment, subscribe, and watch this space. 1. Pay attention to what you can manage. There are innumerable unpredictable factors and situations in life. Stoics place an enormous value on focusing our attention and energy on the areas of life that we are able to actively control. Preserve energy and prevent unneeded tension and annoyance by doing this. This idea promotes a mentality adjustments away from focusing on the things we are powerless to alter and toward actively making improvements to the things we can. For instance, while we have no control over outside factors like the weather or other people's behavior, we do have influence over how we react to them. This entails concentrating on our attitudes, actions, and choices since they subsequently mold our experiences and results. 2. Practice virtue. According to Stoic philosophy, virtue encompasses traits like courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. It entails leading a life of moral perfection and directing one's behavior according to with the highest standards of decency and morality. True happiness and fulfillment, according to the Stoics, come from living well rather than from outside sources like fame or fortune. By making virtue the first emphasis in our daily lives, we develop a noble and robust character that endures hardship and the passage of time. This necessitates ongoing introspection and making a commitment to be the best selves, especially in trying situations. 3. Embrace adversity. Life is bound to present adversity, but how we choose to handle it defines how resilient and forward-thinking we become. Stoicism encourages us to view setbacks as chances for growth and learning rather than as failures or impediments. By reinterpreting hardship as a springboard for growth and development, we may face challenging circumstances with bravery, tenacity, and a clear sense of direction. Adversity puts our character to the test and teaches us important lessons that influence our spiritual and personal development. Adversity shouldn't be ignored or hated. Rather, Stoics encourage meeting it head-on and utilizing it to develop inner calm, fortitude, and strength. 4. Live in harmony with nature. Stoicism teaches living in harmony with the universe's natural order by acknowledging our connectivity with all other living things and the universe. This is accepting change as an inevitable component of life and acknowledging its inherent beauty and impermanence. We can experience more contentment and tranquility if we conduct our lives in harmony with the cycles of the natural world. In order to live in harmony with nature, we must also learn to be grateful for the beauty of the natural world and recognize our duty to take care of the earth and all of its inhabitants. 5. Increase self-awareness. Personal development and transformation begin with self-awareness. It entails self-reflection, introspection, and a thorough comprehension of one's own views, emotions, values, and driving forces. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the value of self-awareness in order to lead a morally upright and wise life. Gaining understanding of our own abilities and flaws through self-awareness cultivation helps us live more authentically and makes better decisions. This discipline necessitates constant examination and a readiness to face difficult self-truths. We can discover our genuine selves via introspection and mindfulness, and we should work to make behaviors that are consistent with our best values. 6. Accept impermanence. We learn to accept the fleeting nature of life via Stoicism. Everything in life is prone to change and eventually deteriorate, including our relationships, material items of value, and our own lives. Stoics advise developing an attitude of acceptance and detachment rather than holding on to goods or experiences. We can break free from attachment and discover more serenity and contentment in the here and now by accepting the short-term nature of everything. This idea reminds us that nothing lasts forever, thus we must value the beauty and singularity of each second. 7. Develop confidence. Condition of mental tranquility and poise, even in the face of difficulty or emotional upheaval, is called equanimity. The practice of Stoicism helps us establish an inner peace that is independent of our environment. Engaging in mindfulness and detachment exercises, we may keep a balanced viewpoint and resist being carried away by life's highs and lows. Equanimity equips us to face difficulties with reason and clarity as opposed to behaving rashly out of fear or rage. It helps us develop a sense of inner calm and serenity by empowering us to manage life's ups and downs with grace and fortitude. 8. Practice in mindfulness. Being mindful entails paying regard to our thoughts, feelings, and environment while letting go of judgment and experiencing the present now. The practice of mindfulness is emphasized by Stoicism as a way to develop enhanced focus, clarity, and self-awareness. We can overcome ingrained thinking and behavior habits that bring us pain by teaching our minds to be alert and non-reactive. By practicing mindfulness, we may systematically observe our thoughts and feelings, which improves our ability to respond to them with knowledge and discernment. Regardless of the outside world, we can develop a greater sense of inner contentment and serenity by practicing mindfulness on a daily basis. 9. Practice self-control. Capacity to manage one's ideas, emotions, and behavior in a way that is consistent with morality and reason is known as self-discipline. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on developing self-discipline as a way to develop into an expert in oneself and lead an honorable and exceptional life. We can conquer undesirable habits and impulses that impede our development and well-being by using conscious effort and willpower. When we exercise self-control, we can resist the pull of temptation and hardship and remain true to our principles and objectives. It gives us the ability to choose behaviors that are consistent with our highest values rather than giving in to temporary pleasure or instant delight. 10. Look for peace. A sense of inner peace and tranquility that results from acceptance and detachment is referred to as tranquility. To find serenity and satisfaction in the face of uncertainty and adversity, Stoicism advises us to apply tranquility and achieve a profound sense of inner peace that is independent of external circumstances by letting go of attachment to outward outcomes and wants. No matter what kind of storms life throws at us, tranquility enables us to face them head-on and remain composed. It makes it possible for us to accept the wonder and beauty of life exactly as it is and to find comfort in the here and now. 11. Exercise self-control. Practicing self-control entails managing our inclinations, cravings, and responses. The practice of Stoicism instructs us to develop this virtue in order to control our appetites and resist from excesses that may cause harm or imbalance. We can withstand the need for instant gratification and behave morally and intelligently by exercising self-control. This idea pushes us to think things through carefully and weigh the long-term effects of choices before acting. When we exercise self-control, we may make choices that are in accordance with our objectives and ideals, rather than being influenced by fleeting feelings or cravings. 12. Place a high value on inner wealth. 13. Lead a simple life. Living simply is adopting a reasonable, frugal, and moderation-focused way of living. Stoicism instills in us the virtue of simplicity as a way to live a simpler, less cluttered life free from distractions. We can liberate ourselves from needless responsibilities and concentrate on what really matters by downsizing our belongings, obligations, and priorities. Living just enables us to prioritize what is truly important and let go of excess, which in turn helps us create a deeper sense of clarity, calm, and satisfaction. This idea pushes us into embracing a minimalist outlook, emphasizing experiences over material belongings and quality over quantity. 13. Temperate. All facets of life, temperance involves practicing self-control and moderation. To avoid extremes and achieve balance in our endeavors, Stoicism encourages us to develop temperance. We can prevent excesses that cause injury or imbalance by exercising moderation in our cravings, appetites, and habits. Having temperate allows us to have enjoyment in life in moderation and balance, rather than letting them control us. This idea inspires us to practice self-control and discipline since it recognizes that real freedom comes from self-mastery. 15. Seek knowledge. Search for understanding and insight into the nature of reality and the human predicament is wisdom. The pursuit of knowledge is highly valued in Stoicism as a way to gain improved perspective, insight, and clarity. We can develop a greater understanding of life's complexity and the interdependence of all things by pursuing wisdom. Making educated decisions and accomplishing goals in life with grace and resiliency are made possible by wisdom. This idea inspires us to pursue knowledge and insight in all facets of life as lifelong learners. 16. Stay firm. To be steady is to hold fast to one's beliefs, commitments, and ideals without wavering, especially in the face of difficulty or temptation. Stoicism emphasizes the value of sustaining inner fortitude and resolve in the face of adversity. Get the respect of others and ourselves when we maintain our integrity and moral character. This idea exhorts us to follow our moral compass and not to let other people's beliefs or deeds influence us. It serves as a reminder that real strength originates from within and that our character is defined by our capacity to persevere in the face of tragedy. 17. Discover happiness in the little things. Cultivating a fascination for the beauty and wonder of life's small pleasures is a necessary step toward finding joy in simplicity. Stoicism advises us to stop searching for happiness or satisfaction from outside sources and instead find contentment and fulfillment in the everyday moments of life. Reducing our lives and concentrating on the important things in life might help us feel happier and more appreciative. This idea serves as a reminder that happiness is found in the moments of connection, appreciation, and presence, rather than in material possessions or achievements. 18. Be flexible. Capacity to flexibly and effectively respond to changing conditions and obstacles is known as adaptability. Learn from Stoicism how important it is to remain resilient when faced with change, uncertainty, and hardship. And handle the ups and downs of life with more ease and grace if we strive to be flexible and curious. This idea pushes us to welcome change as a chance for growth and instruction rather than as a danger or impediment. We're reminded that flexibility and resilience are essential for surviving in a world that evolves constantly. 19. Put forgiveness into practice. Letting go of grudges, rage, or resentment toward people who have harmed us is the act of forgiveness. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the value of forgiving others in order to free oneself from the weight of unfavorable emotions and achieve inner peace. We can release ourselves from the hold of the past and make room for healing and peace when we make the conscious choice to forgive. This idea pushes us to develop empathy and understanding for other people, acknowledging that everyone errs occasionally and is deserving of another chance. It serves as a reminder that forgiveness sets us free, while clinging to grudges merely makes suffering worse. 20. A purposeful life. Defining our objectives, beliefs, and aspirations and coordinating our activities with them is the essence of living with purpose. The practice of Stoicism shows us the value of leading intentional lives as opposed to merely stumbling through them. We can live more purposefully, fulfillingly, and with better clarity if we make our purpose and values clear. This idea pushes us to aim for meaningful and satisfying tasks as opposed to only pursuing external success or validation markers. Serves as a reminder that a life well lived is one that is lived with purpose, and that genuine happiness comes from living in line with our highest aspirations and beliefs. 21. Retain your perspective. Keeping perspective entails taking an expansive and logical approach to the problems and situations that life presents. The practice of Stoicism instills in us the value of setting aside our current worries and taking the wider picture into consideration. Keep things in perspective and resist being bogged down by tiny problems or transient failures. Recognizing the transience of both joy and sorrow and the fact that bad times pass and happy moments are ephemeral are encouraged by this notion. It serves as a helpful reminder to stop worrying about the little things and concentrate on what matters in the big picture. 22. Recognize your mortality. Recognizing one's own mortality requires recognizing that life is limited. Stoicism pushes us to understand the transience of life and face our own mortality. We can live more fully in the present and have a greater appreciation for how valuable each moment is if we recognize that death is inevitable. This idea provides a helpful reminder to cherish each day and not take anything for granted. It inspires us to live truly and to pursue what we desire with a sense of purpose and urgency. 23. Develop empathy. Empathy training involves creating understanding and compassion for other people. The practice of Stoicism instills in us the value of understanding others' perspectives and our common humanity. By engaging in empathy exercises, we can develop a sense of kindness and compassion, as well as stronger relationships with others around us. This idea reminds us that we are all fallible and that we should all be willing to extend generosity and forgiveness to others. It serves as a reminder to treat everyone with respect and dignity, regardless of our differences or points of contention. 24. Coexist peacefully with others. Building amicable and cooperative connections is a necessary part of living in harmony with others. The practice of Stoicism emphasizes the value of developing compassion and empathy in our dealings with other people. We are able to handle disagreements and misunderstandings with dignity and humility when we exercise empathy, tolerance, and forgiveness. This idea pushes us to look for points of agreement and approach arguments with an open mind and a readiness to hear both sides out. It serves as a reminder that everyone is related to everyone else and that decisions we make have repercussions that can either bring about peace or strife in the globe. 25. Aim for greatness. Pursuing personal and professional development with assiduity and dedication is a necessary part of striving for excellence. Stoicism instills in us the value of ongoing development and self-control. We can develop a sense of purpose and fulfillment in our life by holding ourselves to high standards and working hard to surpass them. This idea exhorts us to view obstacles and failures as chances for development and learning. Serves as a reminder that striving for greatness and being willing to step outside of our comfort zones are the foundations of true greatness. 26. Stay firm. Be steady is to uphold one's convictions, moral principles, and course of conduct with resoluteness and determination, especially in the face of hardship or opposition. Stoicism emphasizes the value of resilience and unflinching perseverance in the face of adversity. Show integrity and strength of character when we stick to our values. By doing so, we inspire others and gain respect for ourselves. This idea exhorts us to resist temptations and obstacles by adhering to our moral compass. It serves as a reminder that living in accordance with our principles is the only way to truly find fulfillment in life. 27. Discover happiness in the little things. Appreciating the beauty and depth of life's small joys and experiences is necessary to finding joy in simplicity. Stoicism encourages us to live in the present with thankfulness and contentment instead of running after other people or things to make us happy. We can liberate ourselves from the chase of worldly goods and fleeting pleasures by embracing simplicity and discovering contentment in the present. This idea tells us not to go after elusive goals or dreams all the time, but to cherish the little moments of happiness and connection that give life purpose. 28. Flexible. Capacity to transform and flourish in response to shifting conditions or surroundings is known as adaptability. Lessons of Stoicism emphasize the value of adaptability and resiliency in overcoming obstacles in life. Instead of viewing change as a threat or an impediment, we should welcome it as a chance for rejuvenation and progress by developing an adaptive attitude. This idea inspires us to keep an open mind and be inventive, coming up with original answers to unforeseen issues or disappointments. It serves as a reminder that success and fulfillment in a world that is always changing depend on our capacity to adapt and change. 29. Practice pardoning. Letting go of grudges, rage, or animosity toward people who have harmed us is the act of forgiveness. Stoicism emphasizes the value of forgiving others in order to relieve oneself of the weight of unfavorable feelings and achieve inner serenity. We can free ourselves from the hold of the past and make room for healing and peace when we make the decision to forgive. This idea pushes us to develop compassion and empathy for other people, understanding that everyone errs and merits a second opportunity. It serves as a reminder that harboring grudges only makes suffering worse, while forgiving others frees us from the cycle of hurt and bitterness. 30. A purposeful life. Determining our beliefs, objectives, and aspirations and coordinating our activities with them is the foundation of living with purpose. Stoicism emphasizes the value of leading a purposeful life as opposed to a meaningless existence. We can live more purposefully, fulfillingly, and clearly if we make our mission and values clear. This idea urges us to follow our deepest ideals and important aims instead than letting other people's expectations or pressures dictate how we should live. It serves as a reminder that living truly and pursuing our passions with purpose and conviction are the paths to true happiness.